Hey pals! Welcome to episode 34 of my podcast. It is the one with Paige TheFramer, and I am your host, Paige Miller. I'm also the owner of Frame and Fiber, a custom framing and yarn shop in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So if you ever find yourself in my area, pop on in. I'd love to meet you. So, episode 34. We're here. It is 2019. And I haven't I haven't recorded a podcast in almost a month. So, I'm glad to be here with you. I am drinking some white tea. Ginger white tea? Something. Oh shoot, now I forget what the flavor is. It's a white tea and it is from one of my favorite coffee roasters in Asbury Park Roastery. Out of a Paul Miller mug. Paul Miller. That guy. So, how are you guys? I'm so glad to be here with you. The new year's upon us. We are here, 2019. My birthday is on Friday. I turned 45 on Friday, January 11th. Today is January 7th. My birthday's in 4 days. The holidays were great. I visited my brother and my nephews, my Beastie Boys, down in Virginia. It was great. It was so great. Being with my Beastie Boys makes me, I think, the happiest. So we had a great time. Paul Miller and I got to play with the boys. My cousin Jerry, who I haven't seen in 20 years, he lives out in South Dakota, he ended up coming in for a visit. And it was just so great. We ended up playing football with the boys and just having a great, fun time. Paul Miller and my brother took their training wheels off of Jackie's bike. That was so good, buddy! And so Jackie learned how to ride a bike. He got a really cool scrape on his knee and we were all cheering. It was so funny. So he fell, and you know that panicked look that the little guys get when they fall? We all jumped up and were like cheering because he fell, and he looked at us like, I think because we were cheering, he was so distracted by us that he was looking at us like we were weirdos. We were explaining to him that we were excited because that was, you know, a milestone in growing up. Your first fall off your bike, off your two-wheel bike. It was cute. It was fun. So then, of course, we went inside to fix up his little leg and his little hands, and he wanted to see all of our scars. So the three of us had our pants pulled up and we were showing him all of our scars. It was kind of fun. Memory lane. I'm sure you guys have tons of scars from riding your bikes as kids. Oh, I think now if I fell off my bike, it wouldn't just be a scar. It would be like broken bones, herniated discs, flat on my back, because I'm old and busted. All right, definitely busted. Although I'll be 45 on Friday, so. All right, enough of that stuff. Like I said, I'm Paige Miller, your host, and if you would like to join the community that I'm building around this podcast and my shop in Point Pleasant, you can visit me all across the interwebs as Paige TheFramer. Other ways to kind of join the community: if you are local, I host, excuse me, I just burped. I host a knit night every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. at my shop. So if you are around and would like to sit around the table and knit with me and some of my knitty pals, you are definitely welcome. And if you're not local, or if you are local and don't feel like leaving your house in the middle of the winter, I totally understand. Thursday evenings, this Thursday coming up is, join us. It's Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. I host what is called a virtual knit night with Paige TheFramer. For information about that, you need to join the Facebook group called VKN with Paige TheFramer. There you can join join in with us. So on Facebook, in that group, I put all of the information on VKNs, how to do it, blah, 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 and the meeting code to join us. So Thursday, 7 p.m. We have a really fun time. It's just great to chat about knitting with other makers who love this world that we're all part of. And it's just fun to have friends all over. So I've made a lot of really good friends, believe it or not, good friends, on virtual knit night. So join. I do want to fill you in on a couple things. So those two things, obviously. I had originally scheduled a trunk show with Julie of Sweet Sparrow Knits. She and I had, or Sweet Sparrow Yarns. We've tried twice now to get a trunk show going. I had to cancel once on her, and now she had to cancel on me because she'll be away. She can't be in two places at one time. So Miss Julie will definitely be making an appearance at my shop with her yarn to see all of you guys. Definitely, we decided to just hold off, and she's going to be one of the trunk shows during the New Jersey Wool Walk the first weekend in April. So first weekend in April, Julie will be at the shop. I will fill you in once we get closer to, that's the second quarter, yo. So once we get closer to that, I'll fill you in then. But just know, February 2nd has been canceled. Julie will not be at the shop because she will be in sunny Florida. Did I say California before? Whatever. Florida. She'll be in Florida. And then I have sad news. I'm out of breath right now. Why? I know why, because I'm old and busted. No, I'm out of shape and busted. It has nothing to do with age. Alright, sad news is I'm skipping Vogue Knitting Live this year. Wah, wah. I had planned on going. I was going to take a bunch of classes. I was going to meet a bunch of you, but I'm canceling that, or I have canceled it, because I will be in Las Vegas that same time that Vogue Knitting Live is happening. So what is that, like 25th, 26th, 27th? I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, because I am going to the WCAF Expo. It's the West Coast Art and Framing Expo. I will be taking classes there. It's always good to, I don't know, I like taking classes at all of these things, be it knitting or picture framing. So Jamie and I, who I don't know if you guys have met because she's a little bit camera shy, but I talk about her a lot. She and I are going to be heading out there for, I think, about 4 nights, 5 nights, and hanging out in the picture framing world. It's not as close-knit of a community as our making community, but I do plan to have my vlogging camera with me, and I plan on, I don't know, bringing some of the energy that we have at our events to their event. That said, bringing our energy, our making, knitting, crocheting energy to another community might come off as a little bit crazy because you guys know when we all get together, we're a little bit nuts. So I might be the weirdo. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know about it when it happens, and I'll fill you in. Maybe I'll have some video if it's not too boring. Maybe I'll have a whole video of the weird looks I'll get from all the people with my camera. We shall see. Alright, so I think that is it. Oh no, that's not you. So Paul Miller and I did have a nice Christmas, and I wanted to show you 2 little prizes that Paul Miller bought me. First, it's this thing. Have you guys seen any of these? I'm gonna turn it on. I have no idea what it'll sound like, but ooh. And no, this is not, for any of you who do follow me on Instagram, this is not my nose hair trimmer. Because yes, Paul Miller did buy me a nose hair trimmer. This is not the nose hair trimmer. This shaves my sweaters and my knitted garments, all of the pills. So the fan or the blades are far in here, so you really can't cut it doesn't ruin the yarn, it doesn't cut the fibers, it just shaves off the fuzz and the pills. It's addictive. My most favorite sweater that I wear is my Evelyn cardigan that I made 2 years ago. It's cardigan. I'm a cardigan. Ooh! I'm a cardigan fan. This is a cardigan. I wear this thing all the time, but it's 50% merino and 50% alpaca, which means it is Pill City. So this thing, amaze. I don't know what the brand name is. I don't know where you can get these, although Paul Miller wants me to sell them at the shop, so you never know. Maybe I'll have them at the shop. Let me know if you guys use an electric shaver for your showers, for your sweaters, for your knitted garments, or if you use like a gleaner that's more of a, well, it's hand. It's not battery operated or electric. Anyway, fill me in on how you deal with the pills. Oh, this. Guys, I've not been in the woods yet, but I cannot wait to be in the woods because Paul Miller, flipping Paul Miller, man, he buys the best presents. Okay. Look at this. Oh, my new hatchet. Oh, it's so nice. Put your finger there. I'll cut you. I'll cut you. I'm very excited. So this is not for playing. Well, it's for playing in the woods. This is for when we're in the woods and I need to chop all of... Did I just do that wrong? Yes, I did that wrong. It's for when we're in the woods in our camp and we are messing around with firewood and we need kindling and all that good stuff. It's very exciting. Okay. Those were my prizes. I wanted to share them with you because, well, I really haven't shared them with anyone, so you guys are my pals and I wanted to share them. Did you get anything good for Christmas? If you did, mention it below. I love to hear about prizes. I love buying prizes for people, but I also love getting prizes. Okay, so shall we move on to making? I have lots of making going on. Because if you guys haven't noticed, there's a new make-along in town. So if you haven't heard by now, there is a make-along happening on the Instagram, hashtag new to you make-along, and it is being hosted by myself and 14 other podcasters, 15 other podcasters. It is the brainchild, is that a term? Did I just make that up? No. So Liz and Leanne, who are sisters and the co-hosts of Cocktail Hour at the Coop, came up with this brilliant plan to start a make-along for the new year so that we could all learn something new together and maybe take some of the, not anticipation, but the, I guess what I'm trying to say is to like help each other get through being intimidated to start something new. That's what I'm trying to say. It's better to do it with friends. And so if you would like to join us, it's a really simple make-along. Basically, the rules are January 1st through February 14th, Valentine's Day. And that's just so we have a window of when we're going to draw the prizes. You can start at any time. You can start on the 14th. It doesn't matter. Just start. But it has to be something new to you. So maybe you're brand new to knitting. Maybe you're brand new to crocheting. Maybe, I don't know, your Aunt Ethel passed down to you her spinning wheel and you've always wanted to try it. Spinning. Or maybe you've always wanted to scrapbook, or maybe you want to bake, or maybe you want to try woodworking. I mean, I just got this. This could be something new. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, something new that you want to try that is crafty and kind of gets you out of your norm. So I have a few things that I'm doing for that make-along. Like I said, I hope you guys will join us. So the cool part and the crazy part, it's crazy. We're going to be drawing one grand prize winner, and that grand prize winner will receive one prize from each podcaster. So you're looking at 14 prizes for one person. That's crazy town. But then also we're all going to pick another winner so that there will be 15 winners altogether. One grand prize winner, and then every one of us podcasters will pick a favorite or I'm just gonna do a random number generator, I think, unless there's something that really makes me go, what? I never thought of that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna end up doing. So we're going to be drawing, each one of us, our own prize to ship out, and then we're going to be also the grand prize. That's Crazy Town, and I hope you guys will join us because it's going to be fun. We've already had a great time on Instagram with all of the hashtags. I mean, the hashtag is filling up, so it's fun. It's fun to just see what you guys are all attempting and what you're all, I don't know, pushing yourself. This is pretty cool, and banding together. I think if you have any questions about the make-along, you can check out the Arrow Acres Ravelry group page. They have a thread for this make-along that you can ask any questions. You can also post photographs if you're not an Instagram user. You can post a picture of your project on their page, and that will also, those posts will also be entered into the giveaway drawings. And if you do have questions, you can always just send me a note too on Instagram, or however you feel like getting in touch with me. So it's going to be great. Sometimes I loosely interpret things. Like for instance, decided that I was going to make the Shift cowl by Andrea Mowry. That did not sound right. Andrea Mowry. My nose is running. I mean, itchy. Anyway, so I jokingly said, I've never knit anything on the bias. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I have. I can't remember. And I'm not really following her pattern. I mean, I am. I'm following the actual stitch pattern, but I'm using completely the different yarn, different needles, different everything. So that's new to me. That's pretty loose of an interpretation. I know. I will try other things, I promise. For instance, I am making the Bodie cardigan, and there's a lot in this cardigan that's new to me. So there you go. Join us, please. We would love to have you join us. All right, on to the making. So first things first, I want to show you, I finally finished off I have 3 here, so 4 punch needle punch rug projects that I started probably 3 months ago, and then I didn't do anything with them because I'm not a sewer. Oh, this was new to me, son of a gun. See that? New to me, new to me. I am not much of a sewer. In fact, I am a little bit of a brat because I work with Allison of Daisy Lane Design, who is a very talented sewer. So whenever I need something sewn, I just, you know, whine a little bit and she ends up doing it for me. I'm spoiled. But I finished my rugs, and I wanted to finish the backs and sew on the edging so I could give these as gifts. One of them I just gave this morning away to my friend Joan. She loves flying pigs, and I did a flying pig rug for her. So I gave that to her this morning when I saw her at knitting. But I have these 3 to show you. So new to me is everything that I've done around my rug, which is putting on the edge and the fabric on the back. These are not up to Allison's standard of sewing, but I'm like, you know what, for my first time and just these little quick rugs, I'm pretty pleased. So this is a gift that I will be giving to a friend. Miss Val, this is for you if you're watching. And this is just meant to sit on her table for a mug and maybe a little plate of cookies, or I don't know, whatever. It is all scrap yarn that I had in my stash, which is why I'm totally loving the punch rug, because I have the Amy Oxford punch needle. I forget what size I have. I want to get a smaller size because I do have a lot of fingering weight yarn, so I do want to do something a little bit smaller. But for now, I held either 2 to 4 strands together to get this to be the thickness of the needle that I have. So that's just a little, and all of these are just little drawings that I did up myself, and it's cute, right? So that's for Val. This one I can show you because I don't think she's going to see this because, well, because. So here we go. There's the, oops, look at that mess. So I sewed this together. See what I mean by not being so professional? But I was really proud of my, let's see if I can get that to focus. I was really proud of my little miters. Allison, of course, taught me and told me how to do my miters. But that was exciting. And then that pretty back. So this is another little drawing that I did. Again, scrap yarn in my stash. And this is for my pal Seashore Sharon. She's a super special lady, so she gets to have this. And like, oh, phone, that was my phone. And like I said, the flying pig was for just Joan, my friend Joan, who I love to knit with. So that's for Sharon. And then I think I might just keep this one because it's not, I don't know, maybe I'll give it away. I end up giving all the things away. So that's the back of this one. It's the same as the one I'm giving to Val. And again, just a bunch of different scraps from my stash. Mug rugs, yo. Mug rugs. So I need to take a picture of these and enter them into the make-along. Of course, I'm not really entering them into the make-along because I can't win. I mean, I guess I could win if a different podcaster picks me. Oh, I could win! I'm going to send them all a note. Pick me! just kidding. I haven't decided what the prize is going to be for on my end. I'll figure that out in the next week or two and let you see it. So my punch rug, my friend Mary is doing a class on rug punching at the shop in, I believe, February. So if you're local or regional and want to drive over, you can take this class with Mary. She's showing you how to use up your stash yarn using the Oxford punch needle. Yay! Okay, so I mentioned my shift, so let's take a look at it. So it's technically not a finished object, but I'm calling it a finished object for this podcast because all I have to do is block it and stitch the seam together. So that will be my cowl. It's definitely going to be a little bit tighter at the top. I might have to not stitch it together all the way down. So it's a knit flat. Oh, I'm holding it. That's why it feels so small. It's this way. Hence the bias. So there we go. So it'll, I mean, it's definitely, I've already pinned it and put it on and it fits fine, but I just think it'll be too deep because I don't have enough neck space here, and it is an I-cord edging, so it's not going to stretch that much, but it's darn pretty. This is not spin cycle yarn. This is ancient baby alpaca that I had in my stash. I will say that a goal for 2019 is to use more from my stash. It's hard using yarn. I don't have a big stash, first of all, so it's not a huge, you know, I'm not feeling guilt about having a stash, but I have beautiful yarns in my stash and it's hard to get to them because I generally am always trying to knit for the shop. So I'm trying to just let some of that pressure of owning the store go. Just let it go and do things that I want to do also, not just what I need to do. So this was my first project, and of course it's Baby Alpaca Chunky. It is a Cascade yarn, and it is the I-cord edge, which, see the halo? Holy mackerel. I don't know, I do need to work through all of the alpaca because I'm not a fan of working with alpaca. It is squishy soft. I love wearing it. These are alpaca. I have alpaca socks. Like, I love wearing it, but working with it, it like, oh, bothers my nose so bad. Because it's fuzzy and flies away. So I will say that this halo that I've got there, I'll be taking this to it. That makes me so happy. You have no idea. Really pretty. Love my colors. Like I said, it's Cascade 220 in their baby alpaca chunky. And it's so nice. So I will have that finished. I'm going to block it tomorrow, or maybe tonight. Maybe when I'm finished with this, I'll block this and get that ready to go. A finished object. It's very exciting. I am also making, I think there's a cowl going on for this. Is there? I'm going to have to check. Miss Natalie Sheldon of Remembrance's Pottery has released yet another pattern. Gorgeous colorwork sock pattern, and I'm having a blast knitting this, even though you can't tell because I'm only about 3 inches in. So I am making her Midnight Snow pattern. And the yarn I bought from Helen and Mary Beth, who are the Crafty Toads here on YouTube and on Instagram, and their business is known as Toad Hollow NJ. Check out those ladies. They have so many amazing things to offer, and yarn is just one of them. Isn't that beautiful? I'm just loving this. Natalie, you are one talented, I won't finish that, but you know what you are. Talented, that's what you are. So I definitely want to give these, this was my Christmas Eve cast on, which is why I don't have much done, because Christmas Eve was at my brother's with my beasties. So I think I got maybe the cuff done. And then I think this part I knitted in the car ride home. And then just a whole bunch of last minute, I decided to throw in, you know, some gift making or that kind of stuff for people and friends that I was going to be seeing between the Christmas and New Year time, that little week between. I think Dunder Knits calls it Twixtmas, whatever. She's hilarious. Go check out her podcast, Dunder Knits. Amazing. Anyway, so that's that. Very little bit of progress, but progress nonetheless, and that is something to be happy about. So I will be giving these some love. I had cast on that shift cowl because I wanted to do a project that was pretty, like that pattern is pretty easy. Like it's easily memorized, and I wasn't really following it to the letter because the yarn I picked was chunky versus sport. So it was one of those things that chunky weight, 3 skeins, get it done. It was that kind of a project. I wanted a instant gratification project. So now I want to play with these again. Midnight Snow Cowl. I'm almost positive there is a knit along, and I need to take a picture of that so I can enter it. I've never done colorwork socks before, so another entry into the new to you make along. All of these entries, oh my gosh, I'm an overachiever. All right, I spoke to you about this. Oh my gosh, the alpaca, see what it does to me? This is not alpaca, by the way. This is, I forget what this is. It's lovely. It's silk and wool and I think a little mohair, which I don't generally like either. There you go. The bandana cowl, Soho. Pearl Soho. All right, so a couple episodes ago, I showed you my swatch and my progress on my Bodie cardigan. There hasn't been much. There's been literally 3 rows added to this since the last time I showed this on the podcast. But I want to talk about it just a little bit right now because the last time I talked about it, I had, and I can't remember where it was because I'm so good, yo. Oh, I think it was right there. Anyway, I had a mistake somewhere in this vicinity. And I had told you that I was going to do a video about dropping down, fixing the stitches, and bringing it back up instead of ripping out everything. So I have officially finished all of that. I just have to edit that and then put that up here. So I'm hoping to get that up in the next couple weeks. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I'm back to knitting on this and I'm super excited. And I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's funny that this stitch is the same stitch that you use for the shift cowl, except that there's no stockinette, it's all garter. That's fun, right? I picked two projects very similar. So when I picked this back up and I did just the 3 rows, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to think. So that's that. Bodie is back on. It's back on the front burners, y'all. Back on the front burner. Okay, so that's it for my fiber related baking, and I just want to talk about something cute and silly and stupid and cute and silly. And not stupid. Why did I say stupid? Okay, so remember when you were a kid and you got your school books and you had to cover them and you used the brown paper bags, the shopping bags that your mom brought home from the grocery store? Well, I just covered a book today. I covered this book. So this is a devotional. This is Morning and Evening by Charles Spurgeon. It's each day of the year. He has a devotional for the morning and then a devotional for the evening. Hence the name Morning and Evening. So this a dear friend gave to me. Alice gave this to me. I would say she gave this to me probably 15 years ago. I can't exactly remember why, but this was an extra copy and she wanted me to have it. And it's so cute because her little name's still on it, in it, and that makes me so happy. But this is one of my faves and it was falling apart. Like whatever it was made out of, like see all these little black, you probably can't see them. See all those little black things? I can't even get them off the white page. It's from the cover. It was so gross. So I went down into my stash of paper because I do have a stash of paper. When I was in college, I took a lot of bookbinding classes. I love paper. I love, see, frame and fiber, man. I love fiber. I love fiber. I have so much paper. But I went down and I picked out some of my, I have a bunch of beautiful old tissue paper. This tissue paper is probably from the 40s or the 50s. And I have so much of it. So I covered this book. I haven't done something cute, like cutesy crafty like this in such a long time that it made me super happy. You know, the kind of crafting that you're like, oh, I want to do this, and it takes you maybe 15 minutes to do. That kind of crafting. It doesn't happen that often anymore. So I wanted to share that with you. My book cover, made out of my crafty paper from the olden days of bookbinding. And I wanted to know if you guys, I don't know, do you do things? Have you carried things forward with you into your adulthood that you used to do when you were a kid? That's my crafty question to you today. I think this might be the second or third question I put out there, but I don't know. Share with me if you can think of anything. Any craftiness that you do. That's it. It's cute. Okay. I think that is all. I mentioned the make along. I'm looking at my notes. So I did want to talk, oh, why am I saying that? That's not it. I went on a knitty adventure. I went to the Yarn Attic in Hillsborough, New Jersey. And let me insert some video now. Hey pals. So today I am delivering a framed piece of artwork to a customer who just happens to be Rhonda, who owns the Yarn Attic in Hillsborough, New Jersey. So I'm in the parking lot. I'm gonna head in, and if it's okay with Rhonda, I will take some video. I am parked right now in front of a fence that is yarn bombed, and it is adorable. Let me show it to you. All right, I'm in my car, so you see the hood of my car, but holy mackerel, look at all the sheepies. How cute is that? Love it. All right, kiddos, catch you on the other side.
Okay, so we're organized by weight.
Okay.
This first yarn we walked into, we have worsted, Aran, bulky, super bulky yarns.
Oh my gosh. And you have a ton.
And then along the window wall here and in front of the counter, we have our sock and fingering weight. And our lace weight is in the far left corner.
Wait, so all of this?
Up until the window, then it's Noro and then lace.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Beautiful. All right, let me go over here. That's Rhonda. Oh my gosh.
Back in this corner we have gradient sets, pattern books, there's other miscellaneous.
That's incredible too. Oh my gosh, look at all your books.
And down the steps we have sport and DK weight, as well as a baby-ish section and our clearance section.
Well, so when I say the shower's going to be in on Saturday or Sunday, she said, I can't do
Seriously.
Sunday. I said, well,
Forget
then
where
we'll have
everything is, no need to worry.
Babies everywhere.
So,
Oh my
Our gray
gosh.
signs will tell you the price, the yarn weight,
Look at that.
everything you need to know. And our projects are all tagged, letting you know the pattern and what we used.
so then, like last Sunday, I see, and I didn't like it.
Oh my
I didn't like the
gosh.
picture. You know how you like it?
Stop.
Here with the kids at her.
This place is
so, like,
incredible.
yes.
Okay, I just left the yarn attic and that place is so great. The amount of yarn and brands and weights and beautifulness, there was a lot of it. Rhonda and Allison were there working today and I can't speak highly enough of this shop and the staff, and they had a class going. I think there were 8 women. They were all knitting a shawl together. It was beautiful. I can't remember the name of the shawl. Oh my gosh, it was 2 seconds ago. I can't remember. I'll put it here. Anyway, it was such a great visit, and yeah, it was a great visit. It was really cool to just spend a smidge of time with Rhonda and Allison and get to see what they do at the yarn attic, and they clearly love what they do because my reception was so warm. So let me just show you real quick what I bought. I wanted to show you now before I get home because you know me and I will forget to do a haul portion of this video and then I'll tell you about the stuff and you'll never see it. Okay, I bought myself a prize and it's not knitting, it's slippers. Are they the cutest? I got myself some Foxy slippers. Yeah, tons of yarn, tons of books, tons of needles, tons of notions, and some really cute non-knitty, but knitty related prizes. So I did buy myself 2 making magazines. I don't have the first making magazine, the first issue, so I bought that. And I bought the most recent. Tons of books, tons of magazines. I got, oops, let me put this right. The Yarn Attic pin. So that's gonna go on my picture frame that I made for my pins, which I haven't shown you guys yet, so I will show you that. And for you guys, one of you lucky winners is going to win this kit. It is the Kobuk hat by Caitlin Hunter, and it has, let's see, the Rowan, what do they call it? Silk Haze, I think? Yes, Kid Silk Haze and the Tosh DK. So Rhonda has a ton of kits available in her shop, and I wanted to buy something for you guys, a little memento. So this will be a giveaway. I'll try to figure out what you have to do to win it. So I got you a present. I love buying presents. All right, kids, that was the Yarn Attic. Ooh, the Yarn Attic was great. The people of the Yarn Attic are fabulous. If I didn't live an hour and a half away, I would visit more often. See you later. Stop it. I hope that was a good video. I haven't edited. I haven't started the editing process of that video yet, so I haven't seen it yet. I hope you like it. I hope it's not too spazzy, although we all know it probably is. Anyway, in that video, I mentioned the giveaway, which is for this episode. It was the Kobuck hat by Caitlin Hunter. You saw the kit. It is a kit with Madeline Tosh DK and Rowan Kid Silk Haze. It's to make that hat. I wanted to buy you guys a little prize, and I think it's just fun on my adventures. If I can remember to buy you a prize, I will. And you know I love prizes. I think I said that in the video. Anyway, I just mentioned to you my kitty craft that I brought forward into adulthood. Why don't you comment? Yeah. Comment below with a craft that you've done recently that you definitely learned as a kid. I don't know if this is considered a craft, but it's loosely craft related. Okay? And yours can be loosely craft related too. Like maybe you had grandkids here for the holidays and you made Play-Doh, right? Isn't Play-Doh, we used to make the salty dough and then you would, anyway, strike all of that. Why am I saying this to you? So enter below for the prize, the Kobuck hat kit from the Yarn Attic. Is from the Yarn Attic. If you're interested in that yarn and that kit and all of that goodness, you can visit theyarnattic.com because Rhonda has a very, very large website of beautiful yarns to choose from. So there's a source for you guys. What else was I going to say about that? I can't show you the kit right now because of course I left it at the shop. The other thing I wanted to mention to you. Oh no, I won't mention that. There's no need. Okay. Oh yes, there is a need. I wanted to mention to you. You remember I just showed you my socks, the Natalie socks, my Midnight Snow. So I'm mentioning this because when I was doing this in the car, I had the pattern printed out and I was trying to keep track. In a car, not so easy. Well, one of my knitty friends who comes on Tuesday nights, Jan is the best and she's such a crazy talented knitter, it's insane. Well, she uses Knit Companion. Do you guys know about Knit Companion? I knew about it. I've heard about people using it. I've seen people using it, but it never kind of clicked in my head that I should use it. Well, with this pattern, this colorwork pattern by Natalie, the chart is not beginner. Like it's not memorizable because it's a winter scene. Yeah, it's a winter scene. So I really do have to pay attention to the chart. Tuesday night, Jan popped in my head and I'm like, wait a second, Knit Companion. So I downloaded it onto my tablet and it has changed my knitting life. Completely changed my knitting life. Do you use it? Have you heard of it? Look it up. It's free. It's an app. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't think the screen, it's not easy to hold up and all that stuff. But anyway, for chart following and color work, it has movable horizontal and vertical lines so you can really follow, and it has built-in row counters. Knit Companion. That's my tip of the day for you. Get Knit Companion. All right, hold on. Okay, so Paul Miller made this mug. A couple episodes ago, I talked about him and his pottery making. Pottery making right there. So it's a point right there. Right there. So you guys contacted me in all different ways saying, yes, please show us some of the pottery Paul Miller makes. So I brought in 4 pieces, besides my mug, for you to see. So one is my little trash can that I use on my desk when I'm working. Oops. Focus. It's having a hard time focusing because of the it's pretty cool, right? So it's a really cute little vase that he made, and I use it as my desk trash can. It has all kinds of little fibery bits. Ew, and a tissue. I just showed you the tissue. Gross. That's my garbage can. And then I wanted you to see 2 of his pictures. So this thing right here is gorgeous. And it pours. Lovely. Very nice on the wrist, not too heavy. He made a bunch, so when he decided to start a new shape, he would make tons of them. So I have a bunch of pictures, and most of them he hates, which I think they're all amazing. But whatever. This is one of my favorites and also one of my saddest because I broke the lid and I had to glue it back together. How do I lift this? This is a cookie jar. You can tell that, right? Look at his lovely handles. Nice, right? So there's the lid. It doesn't have cookies in it. This is where we keep our tea. But isn't that lovely? Paul Miller's a pretty talented maker, I'd have to say. Pretty cool. If pottery wasn't such a pain to ship, I would make one of those a giveaway, but no, that's not happening. All right, I think that's it for the making portion of this. There's just a couple more things that I wanted to chat about with you guys and find out what you thought. So number 1, I watched, did you hear that? That's a crazy horn. So did you see the Fat Squirrel Speaks bonus episode, the most recent bonus episode? I believe it is called, did I write it down? Yes, I did. A Path Towards Knitworthy. Did you see that episode? It's about, I think it's like a half hour, 40 minutes long. If you don't know the Fat Squirrel, you should, because she's one of the best knitting podcasters in the podcasting world. She is an incredible woman. She's super transparent, authentic, I'm using all the buzzwords. But she really is, like, those words really, it's her. And she is also incredibly talented and incredibly intellectual. She can articulate my thoughts, or what she articulates is what my brain wants to say. I can't speak like her. But when she was talking, so the talk that she did was, like I said, a path towards knitworthiness, a path towards knitworthy. And she broaches a lot of subjects that I think a lot of us struggle with. So it's like body image, body acceptance, and just being who you are. And she does it in such a way that she kind of, what she is saying speaks to my heart. And I don't generally like to be, like, I'm not good at the talking. Just I'm not. It's not what I do. But I really want you guys to watch that episode. It was so good. It's one of those things that when I am feeling a little bit inadequate with whatever, you know, insert whatever it is that I'm feeling inadequate about, I want to rewatch what she was saying because it really, oh, so good. See what I mean? No words. I can't articulate. I can't articulate. I can say that word. Anyway, let me know what you thought. If she said anything that really hit home with you. She mentioned so many things about being in the body you're in and accepting it and not letting outside influences make you think any less of yourself. And also she kind of got to the point, and I can't remember if she actually said this or if I kind of gleaned this from it, but we're in control of what we allow to influence us. So anyway, check that out. Let me know what you thought. It was really good. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you watch it. Someone had commented to her that she, what she was saying could have been a TED Talk, and I totally agree. It could be a TED Talk. All right, and then the other podcasty thing that I wanted to mention to you to see if you saw was Kristy Glass did a video. It's a short video, and I also saw it on Instagram about, do you have a knitting guru? Who is your knitting guru? And I thought it would be fun because I'm participating and / hosting or co-hosting the New to You Make Along. I thought it would be fun to tie this in with that because Leanne, who is one of the sisters, like I said, of Cocktail Hour at the Coop, she is my knitting Yoda. She's my sweater Yoda. She's my knitting guru. She has been a big encouragement to me just as far as, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone and trying new things, because she has such a great positive, and not just positive, but like she just gets so excited about the knitting that you can't help but feel excited about the knitting and wanting to try all the things. So Leanne, thank you so much for being my sweater guru, or my knitting guru, my sweater Yoda. I'm such a geek. So yeah, do you guys have a guru? I'd like to hear about that. And you know, go over and check out Kristy's video and leave a little comment so she knows that you saw it. And also give a little shout out to your knitting guru because, well, they deserve it. They're like, you know, our mentors. Or, haha, Leanne, I just called you my mentor. Cheers. No, just kidding. But yeah, on Instagram, Kristy Glass put a post, and so that's where I commented about Leanne. So I think it would be fun if you guys do have a knitting guru and would like to give them a little bit of love, head on over to Kristy Glass and comment. So I think that's it for this episode. I'm going to leave it here. I do have things planned for the future. Like I said, I have a video coming out. I have knit mats to make. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have no knit mats left. Thank you so much for buying my knit mats. Holy mackerel. You guys kick ass. But I need to get moving on making some more. So Mrs. Brown sent me a whole package of knitting fabric, and then I also want to go on Spoonflower and buy some of the cute little novelty fabric and make some more knitting mats, because Needles Up will be here before I know it, and I need to get my button gear. So that'll be coming down the pike. Tons more mats. That's it for now. I hope this episode was either entertaining, edifying, or encouraging. Oh, so geeky. I almost said cheers. Holy mackerel. Bye guys. I'll see you next time. Hey pals, how are you? Welcome to my most recent episode of my podcast. I guess I should have checked that before I started this. Oh shit. See, it works.